So in this section we're going to work on hamstrings. Most people have tight hamstrings, and tight hamstrings again can cause lower back problems. So we're going to do a sequence to release some tension through the hamstrings. You're going to need a strap. Now if you don't have a strap, you can use a dressing gown strap or you can use a belt. Just something that's nice and long that is quite strong that you can hold on to. So you're going to come onto your back for this sequence. So coming down flat on your back to start with. Now get into a nice comfortable position, relax the shoulders. Now when we're working on our hamstrings, we want to make sure we're keeping the shoulders loose, so make sure they're relaxed. So we're going to start by taking both feet up into the air. So grab your strap or whatever you're using and take it by the hands. So keep the shoulders relaxed, don't tense the shoulders. So you're just breathing deeply and slowly looking up towards the feet. And then when you've been there for a few breaths, you might be able to just gently bring the feet a little bit closer towards you. So keep the shoulders relaxed. We don't want tension creeping into the shoulders whilst we're working the hamstrings. So holding it there, breathing deeply. Now if you feel any tension in the back of the legs, just take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just release the tension in the legs. So all the time breathing deeply into the body, breathing slowly. Just releasing tension through those hamstrings. So lower your left leg down, take it down onto the mat and keep your right leg up in the air. So both hands on the strap, holding it there, breathing deeply, breathing into the belly. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Now take your strap into your right hand and bring your left hand and bring it onto your hip. So we're trying to keep this left shoulder and left hip down on the mat. Take a breath in and start to open the right leg out to the side. So not too far. If this hip raises up, bring your leg back up, shoulder back and down, hips down, and open up a little bit more. So the aim isn't to try and get the foot down to the floor. The aim is to try and keep the hand on the hip, keeping the shoulders and the hips down. So you're getting a nice stretch on the inside of the thigh as well as into the hamstring. Hold it there, breathing deeply into the belly, and then we'll raise that leg back up. So you're going to swap hands. Take the left hand onto the strap, take the right hand down onto the mat. Breathe in, and then take that leg over to the left side. So you might feel a deep stretch coming down the hamstring into the IT band, into the low back and hip. So really good if you do a lot of sports, cycling, running, walking. These areas can get very tight, so you're releasing that tension through the leg. Again, if you can take the leg down lower, do, but just be careful with that lower back. As soon as you get to that point where you think that's a good stretch, if you go any further, it's going to cause a bit of tension, just release the leg. Raising the leg back up, bringing it up nice and high. So you're going to take your strap off, bring it down onto the mat, take your hands onto the back of the leg and start to walk yourself up. So you're getting a good hamstring stretch, but you're also working into the core, strengthening the core. So gazing up to the toes, breathing deeply, breathing slowly, inhaling and exhaling. And as you lower yourself down, bend the knee and see if you can bring the knee towards the chest. So you could take the hands behind the back of the leg and you'll get a deep stretch into your hamstring. You'll also feel it in your lower back. Hold it there for a couple of breaths. And then we're going to take that right knee out to the side, taking the hands around the back of the thigh, getting a deep stretch into your hamstring again. So hold it there, breathe deeply, stretching through the back of the leg into the hamstring. Good. Then we're going to take our left foot onto the floor, cross that right foot over and take your right hand on your thigh. So you're stretching deep into your right hip flexor, breathing deeply, holding it there, releasing through that hip. And then take your left foot up off the floor and take your hands around the back of the leg. So you're now getting a deeper stretch into your glutes, piriformis muscle, and you might also feel it through that hamstring. Keep your head down on the floor, keep the shoulders relaxed. Again, we don't want tension creeping into the shoulders when we're working into the lower part of the body. We'll hold it there for a few more breaths, breathing deeply into your belly the whole time, and then lowering the legs down. So we'll just straighten both legs out for a moment and just notice how the right hip's feeling. So there should be a bit more space there. It should feel a bit looser. You should feel the blood and energy flowing around that hip now as you've started to release all that tension. So we'll move on to our left side, taking the strap around the left foot, lifting it up, relaxing the shoulders. So if you're tensing like this, you need to just let go and just gently start to bring the left leg towards the body. So the hamstring might feel tighter on this side than the other side, or it might feel a bit looser. Just breathe deeply into the body. And as you exhale, just release the tension there. So all the time, trying to take that breath deep down into the belly, breathing deeply and slowly. We're going to take that strap again into the left hand only and take your right hand onto your right hip and drop that right shoulder down. Take a breath in and exhale, opening the leg out to the side. So as soon as your hip starts to lift up, bring your leg up a little bit higher and keep the shoulder down. So stretching through the inner thigh into the hamstring and the hips. Holding it there, breathing deeply, breathing slowly. And then you can raise that left leg back up, and as you raise it up, swap hands with your strap. Take your right hand onto the strap, bring the left hand down, and take the left foot over to the right side. So you'll feel it in your hamstrings. You might feel it all the way down the side of the leg into the hips and the lower back. And just go as far as comfortable for you, being mindful of your lower back. It's a good stretch for there, but don't overdo it. Breathe deeply into the belly the whole time. Feeling that stretch into your hips, into your glutes, into the lower back and in the hamstring. And then we'll raise that leg back up. We'll take the strap off again. Take the hands onto the back of the thigh and walk the hands up towards the foot, lifting the head and chest up, engaging the core muscles. So you're lengthening your hamstring and you're strengthening your core. Breathing deeply and slowly. And then you can bend the left knee, draw it towards the chest. Take both hands on the back of that left thigh and draw the knee up. So good stretch into your hamstring and into your lower back. And hold it there for a few breaths, breathing deeply. And then you can take your knee out, so much wider than the body. Hands on the back of the thigh again. Deeper stretch into your hamstring, into your lower back and into the glutes. Breathe deeply into the belly, breathe slowly. And then right foot on the floor, right knee bent, cross the left leg over, left hand on left thigh, and feel that deep stretch and release. So use the arm and the hand to push the hip open. So really releasing through the deep hip flexor muscles. Releasing tension there, breathing into your belly. And then right foot off the floor. Hugging that knee up towards the chest, so deep stretch into your glutes, piriformis, hamstring. So again, if you're a cyclist or a runner, you would do a lot of sports, this is a great stretch for you, releasing tension through that area. Also, if you work at a desk and you're sat down for most of the day, you're putting a lot of pressure through the hips and pelvis, so this is a good stretch for you as well. Good, and then releasing both legs down. Just bringing the hands down to the side and just letting both hips relax. So noticing how both hips are feeling now. Breathing deeply.